And hello, 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 hello. Hello, children. Hello there, Facebook and YouTube and Instagram and all these other different social media platforms and carrying on. Honey, it is yours truly, Big Meach, coming at you right here and right now. With a little bit of Long Island iced tea, honey. Yeah, we're gonna get real adult right about now. I'm trying to be cute and wanting to uh, not be bothered with all of this kind of stuff or whatever. And y'all could say that I may be one of the ones who, I don't want to get caught up in the hysteria of it, but we are being held hostage by all of this. And some of you may want to believe that I'm naive about it or I don't care. And that's not it. I'm very cautious. I'm very concerned about all of this, but I'm sick of all of this. I'm sick of the shutdown and carried on. Let me tell you why. Just this evening on the 11 o'clock news here in Georgia, these folks have just authorized for Sterigenics. Okay, now that is a company that they're using to sterilize all the medical equipment and carrying on. Now, I believe at one point in time when we had the H1N1 and carrying on, and what was the thing that you got from the mosquitoes and shit? I'm trying to think of what's going on. All of this particular company is they're known for all these chemicals, but the state of Georgia has just allowed for this company to do what they call air testing, where they're going to sit down and go flying and release a chemical in the air that is supposed to do something to help to kill the coronavirus. Now, what the hell does that sound like? That there is the setup for the okie doke, honey. Okay, it's the underlay for the overlay. Okay, they done already set up and told us, if you think you have symptoms, don't go to the doctors, right? They want you to call first, okay? But if you know you got symptoms, okay, or they get severe, then go to the hospital then. Now, at the same time, they're telling us that they don't have enough tests. They can't test you. They can screen you, but they can't test you unless you're so severe. Okay? So, now what? So, you get to a place where you cannot get tested or whatever. Then they got to find a way to test you to find out if you're positive or not, right? For the coronavirus. But what if it's not? It could be something else. What if all this other stuff is causing other things? See, what you have not paid attention to, and I said this before, Denard, you said it was called the West Nile virus. Thank you, baby. West Nile, with the mosquitoes and things, because they had done this thing to where they were dust cropping and things, put these chemicals in the air, okay, at that particular point. Now, where are we? What the fuck are they trying to set us up for now? If you already have a compromised immune system or a compromised respiratory system, I'm asthmatic. My respiratory system is already compromised. Now you talking about all these damn new chemicals that you put in the air to try to combat the coronavirus. Now, just a few days ago, the doctor, Dr. Fauci, whatever his name is, that's on the coronavirus team with the current administration, he just sat up there and told everybody, the coronavirus has already been here. The flu is a coronavirus. Pneumonia is a coronavirus. The coronavirus itself is a composite of viruses. That came out of his mouth, okay, at the news conference. So now you're going to put all these new chemicals in the air to try to, quote unquote, kill it. Then if we get respiratory issues or have a reaction to this shit, you don't want us to go to the hospital and carry on because we can't go. See? So then what? Then these chemicals fester. Now we already having problems with the food line and carrying on because y'all done put chemicals and all this kind of shit, you cloning shit with the food. Now y'all done just approved for this shit to go in the air. And y'all don't see what this is, where this is psychological warfare, where this is chemical warfare, where they sitting up here playing. The fear and the paranoia behind all of this shit is absolutely unprecedented. How is it? Here in Georgia, in DeKalb County of Atlanta, okay, they have enacted a volunteer curfew. See, it's volunteer right now, but this is what's to come. The curfew is from 9 p.m. until 6 a.m. They don't want nobody out on the streets. Now, they done already closed down all the quote-unquote non-essential businesses. Now, here's my thing. How dare you tell me what is non-essential? You understand? The businesses are there because they are there. Everything becomes an essential. Even going to the hairdresser and carrying on, or getting your feet done, because that's all about a mental thing here. If we are boxed up in our houses, and I want y'all to hear this side of the story, because I know I've heard all the other sides of, we need to stay in because we have to do this, and I done heard all of that. But let's look at the mental anguish that all of this is evoking, particularly for folks who are single, because I'm single. Now, y'all done told me we don't have nobody over to your house, okay? First it was 10 or less, and now they don't want you to have to be around no more than 2 people, okay? They want you to be protected, They don't want you touching. I'm a hugger, I'm very demonstrative, and I like to touchy feel and carrying on. So they don't want us doing that. There's an article, and I want you to hear this. There's an article, and I got to find it because it was sent to me on Facebook Messenger. There's an article that is targeting to gay and bisexual men that says that to have sex in this particular time, we ain't supposed to, because sex is a very high risky behavior of potentially passing on the coronavirus. Now, what does that sound like, children? Doesn't that sound like HIV all over again? Remember back in the day when they were closing down the bathhouses and carrying on when HIV first hit? That wasn't the pandemic like this is. That hit the gay community the way that it did, but it didn't shut down businesses or nothing. Everybody was scared of it, but it didn't shut down the country. It didn't shut down the world. Okay, and that was highly contagious, but that was bodily fluids. And then everybody reacted. You didn't want to touch nobody. You didn't want to eat off the same plates and carrying on. Y'all didn't shut down businesses. See? And everybody was still able to flourish and this, that, and the other. But now that this thing here, because I call this the flu 2.0. Now, many of y'all are going to sit down and tell me that or argue that down. This ain't the flu. It's more deadly. It's more contagious. And it's more this, it's more that. And I'm going to say the reason why it's more is because they don't have a vaccine for it right now. Okay, let me say hey to y'all. Hold on, let me press pause because all of y'all want to come in. I want to acknowledge you because you're saying hey and hi and all of that. Denard, he said, hey, uncle, what's up, baby? Darn is in here. To my Timmy is in here. Walter's in here. Cecil, Leo. Hey, what's going on, babies? How is everyone? And thank y'all for being up with me. We all shut in and carrying on and this, that, and the other. So I'm sure for those who can't sleep or whatever, who should have been asleep, or usually y'all at work or whatever, yeah, I'm sitting up here. I'm at home. I do have to go to the donut factory later on today. It's almost 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm on schedule from 3 to 11 this time, huh? But 98% of the donut factory, honey, is gone. I work at a hotel, honey, so they done shut down the damn hotel. We're still open, but they done shut, all of that stuff down. The restaurants are carrying on, and this, that, and the third. So, yeah, it's a number of things. But I want us to look at this from another standpoint because, yes, this here is absolutely, it is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. They want to sit down here. Suhaila done came up in here. Hey, what's up, baby? Bullets and bracelets, honey. Bullets and fucking bracelets. You know what I mean by that. Rusty. Hey, baby, I want you to take care of yourself because through all of this, my darling, you are one of the ones that's on this high risk list. And I want to make sure that you are being taken care of. You understand? Cecil, you say, I hate social distancing. Let me tell y'all something about social distancing. That is an oxymoron in itself. There is nothing social about distancing yourself from somebody. You understand? I think I said this in the last live. There is nothing social about distancing yourself from someone. Now, they have not given us the tools or whatever. You want me to, just on the news today, they were showing the boys outside playing basketball. Now y'all outside, but they in hazmats and shit, and carrying on just to play basketball. How are we teaching our children? What is this going to do for our children who cannot sit down here and interact? I said this the last time. They want to touch mommy and daddy. Okay, that's all we know. Give me my sugar kisses. Give me my, that's all children know. Are you talking about, no, we can't do that anymore? What the hell is that going to do in the psyche of the kids? Okay, now this is one time where I'm going to use the children at the what about the kids argument, because it has merit here. When we're talking about socializing ourselves or social distancing ourselves, okay, what the hell does that mean? Now, I had somebody explain to me in a group, and they said that they believe that social distancing means that in social places that you distance yourself from one another and blah, blah, blah. But no, we already do that when we're out anyway. It's called my personal space. You don't let nobody get all up on you in your personal space, do you? No. And the whole thing about being out at the bars and carrying on is to have a good time. So if you at a social place, there is no distancing unless you don't fuck with somebody. And if you don't fuck with them, where are they? They on the other side of the bar. You on one side, they on the other. Okay. What you say, Suhaila? We hugging up in this house. We hugging. How about that? Now, here's the other thing. Again, I'm gonna do the sex piece again, because that there, I think it's hitting my heart, because as a single man and carrying on, I have my needs. But that just tickled me. But they are now, they haven't even addressed that with couples, married couples are carrying on. But what they have tried to do is try to side play it by saying, don't let outsiders into your home and carrying on. But I'm like, okay, well, wait a minute, but that's not, see, y'all talking out the side of y'all mouths, because y'all say social distancing. Okay, y'all talking about social distancing. Y'all saying that we ain't supposed to touch. Okay, y'all said do that in your household and carry it on. We got folks, listen, they just show Oprah and Stedman that even he in the guest house. Oprah and Stedman are social distancing. He's in the guest house because she has a bronchial respiratory issue or something, and he don't want to do nothing because he travels, she travel. So he in the guest house. Okay, so what do we do? For those of you who are married or those of you who have partners, let me universalize it and say partners. If you have a partner, you know what your partner is all about, especially if y'all been together for some years. Y'all just have damn built a life together, so you know the ins and outs of what all of this is. And now they're trying to tell you that you can't touch. Okay, what the fuck is that? What is that saying to the overall health of this? And I want y'all to understand something, because see, here is something that I really believe that we're moving into. A lot of folks, are not on social media, for whatever reasons. They don't like it, they don't want to put their business out there or this, that, and the other. But everything now is forcing us to get on the grid. You understand? It's forcing us to. And for those who not on it, because I just got to, look at this. This little letter right here. This here is my apartment complex telling us that they're going to keep the office closed, but they want us to go online to make sure we pay our rent, and we can do it online. Make sure you set up your online account. Okay? and carrying on so that you could, because it's still your responsibility to make sure you don't go in debt. How about that? This motherfucker said it is still our responsibility to make sure we don't go in debt, but the banks are closing. I can't get no motherfucking money. I ain't got no damn job for those who got cut off their jobs or whatever. And you gonna tell me it's still my responsibility, but yet you not doing your part to help out in this situation? Fuck you. You understand? See, that's where I am with all of this. If this is supposed to be a clean slate and we're supposed to be across the board with this, why is it that folks are not doing what they need to do? You understand? Here's something else to consider. Here's something else. I was talking with my mom today, and I want y'all to understand something. Y'all know we have, oh, wait a minute. They're showing this. I'm going to talk about that too. They're talking about, you know, the whole big argument about whether or not the Affordable Health Care Act was this, that, and the other, or what they like to call Obamacare, which it was not. We in this fight for a universal health care plan, right? Now, I want y'all to pay attention to something. Back when I was a kid, HMO used to be the name of the insurance. It wasn't a type. It was the name of the insurance at the time, okay? And at that time, this was back in the early 70s. My brother was born in 73. So between 73 and 75, because my mother said my brother had a cyst on his ass, okay? And at that particular, of course, I'm 3 years older than him. Well, he's passed on now, but I'm 3 years older. So I don't remember the whole story, but I remember when she had to take him to the hospital and stuff. And I remember him coming home because he had a scar on his right cheek because he had a cyst. And at the time of the insurance, you had to call the doctor, and they had to tell you whether or not you can go to the doctor, how you were, if you can go to the emergency room, or if you can go to the clinic. And my mother kept, you know, she was following the instructions, but my brother's temperature would not drop. He was still over 103. Now, mind you, he a baby. So they kept telling my mother, oh, well, you just wait to go to the clinic in the morning. She said she got up and took him to Children's Hospital, and I remember that night. I just don't remember what happened. I just remember her taking him out. But she said when she got there, they took my brother out of her arms and went to go and put him in an ice bath. Okay? He was in an ice bath. She said they put that ice up to his neck trying to calm him down and cool him off because whatever had happened, you know, the sickness was taking over. He had whatever that was. And so they had to go in and they had to drain the boil or whatever that was on his booty. And so he had a nice gash. Oh, God. And she remembered that, and she said never again would she get involved in one of those kind of HMOs or that HMO. And like I say, I'm saying it because at that time, that was the name of the insurance. It wasn't a type. See, now you get to say if it's a health maintenance ordinance or if you got a PPO. So at that time, it was called HMO. Now, I want you to pay attention to something because, see, what has happened now, how many of y'all have ever been on Medicaid or any of those little state and governmental health organizations? Those health insurances, because don't they tell y'all the same thing there? They don't. You have to get approval from them. You got to call them to make sure that you could go to the doctor. You always got to call to get a pre-authorized this, that, and the other before you get any test done, any surgery, any this, any that. Right? Now that there is for the state governmental plans. Right? Now they're telling us the same shit for coronavirus. If you think you got symptoms, or if your symptoms are mild, and you don't know what the hell they are because they're mimicking the flu, right? If they mimicking the flu, and you don't know that what this is, but then I told you, oh, we got to be on it, you got to get tested and screened because you may have been around somebody. Yet they tell you, don't go to the doctor, call first. Okay? Don't go to your primary care doctor, call first to make sure you can go. Then when your symptoms get so severe and they're unmanageable, how about that? They're unmanageable. Then you head to the emergency room. That's what they're telling you now about coronavirus shit, right? Is this what universal health care is about to become? Is Is this what universal health care about to become? Huh? Somebody trying to call me on the Instagram. I mean on the thing, and I'm on live. You was just on the live. You know I'm live. Anyway, how are we supposed to navigate our way through this? How are we supposed to do that? That there is where all of this has my mind boggled. Now, let me come and I want to shed a little bit of positivity here. Well, maybe not positive, because what I am going to say is, because we didn't heard of folks that, God done put us down so we can sit down here and get ourselves in check and this, that, and the other. We got this quiet time. We can rest. We can this. We can that. And all that is true in the scheme of things and how they're putting it up there, okay? But I want y'all to consider this. Consider this. A lot of this downtime is for those who are running. Okay? How many of y'all was using y'all jobs to cover up the fact that you're unhappy at home? How many of y'all were using going out to the clubs and carrying on because you don't know how to love yourself? You gotta into all of these do-wah-diddies and shit because you don't know how to take care of you. How many of you got situations that you have been putting to the side and haven't didn't know what to do, how to do it? I know I got to clean up this damn house of mine. My house looks like a storage unit, okay, that done fell over. Okay, a gust of wind came in and took everything on the shelf and just threw it on the floor. That's what my house looks like right now, okay? Because I've been lazy to do it, number one. And number two, since I've had a lot of surgeries and carrying on, when I get started doing something, I get tired easily. And so then, my stamina is shot to hell. I don't like that, but it is what it is. So I need some help, bada boom. But this downtime that we have is to sit down there and get us together, right? But now it's also that time to get us together so that you could take care of what you need to take care of. It's time to have those hard conversations that you've been running from. Because where they going to go? Huh? Where are they going to go? How can y'all now sit down here and absolutely get the love to flow if you never open up your mouth? How many of y'all got the side piece and the side piece been getting all your time because your main squeeze, okay, been sitting up there, been nagging or this, that, and the other? Huh? How many of you are the side piece and don't know how to tell this motherfucker to go home about his business? Or how many of you are so busy trying to reap the benefits to where the benefits ain't coming no more? What you gonna do? How you gonna take care of yourself? You understand? See, we have a number of things that are in place here that we can look at this and find the rainbow in the clouds. You understand? We have to find the rainbow in the cloud, okay, in order to know that this is going to be okay. You understand? Now, we could all huff and puff, and I know I'm one of them who huffs and puffs and carrying on because I am tired of the hysteria of all of this, okay, the hysteria. And I'm jumping because it just reminded me. I was on Instagram, and someone posted up on Instagram, a woman, I think they said she was at the Dollar Tree, okay? This woman come out with 2 push carts of cases of tissue, paper towel, and napkins. And the woman who was recording said she done bought bought up the entire store. Okay? There were 2 things wrong with that, maybe 3. The first thing was, because there was somebody who commented on me, so she should have mind her own damn business, because my patience I would have knocked that damn phone out of her hand. I said, no, sweetie, in a time of crisis, this now becomes everybody's business. Because what has she done to say she warned all of that? Because if you are a business, you don't go to the local store to hoard at the local store like that. If you're a business, you get a wholesale thing and you buy a wholesale. You want at a Costco, you want at a Sam's Club, bitch, you at the local store. Okay? So now, the woman, she's speculating she's going to be on the street corner selling and blah, 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 blah. But here's the thing. Who in their right mind? See, I was mad at the woman, but then I couldn't be mad at her totally, because who in that goddamn store let her buy all of that like that in this time of crisis. See, we talking about the kids that hoarded up all the tissue and carrying on, but let's look at the stores. Let's look at the management and stuff at the stores. Who told you that it was okay in times of crisis to allow these folks to hoard like that? Why did we say that was socially acceptable? And why have the stores not become held accountable for that shit? See, again, that's business. No. In times of crisis, no, sweetie. You get what you need. They should have limited. Listen, how many times do we go to the store? They limit quantities on a regular sale. Well, you got the bomb diggity sale and carry. Now, what do they tell you? They tell you, honey, you can only get X, Y, and Z. So many, right? So why, in times of crisis, they don't do that? Okay? They should have capped all that off. They should have capped it off. But they didn't. So we have to get upset with these stores as well. You understand? And we need to hold them accountable. As a matter of fact, all that price gouging and shit, that there needs to be illegal. See, these are some of the issues that we got to get on with the government so that we can stop this bullshit. See, I understand business, I understand supply and demand, but at the same time, why do we price gouge and sit up there and hurt the economy? Do you know, I think I said this in the last time we talked, I went online, I told y'all I went to Angel Soft, right? I said, fuck it, I go directly to them. I get the tissue from them. You the producer, you the manufacturer. Why you out? You out of stock. Now, if anybody's supposed to be at work, it's y'all, damn it, because you see it's a crisis. If anybody should be at motherfucking work, it's you. How is the hand sanitizer people out not working? And you got to stock these damn stores? Huh? How is it that Budweiser, catch it, Budweiser is fixing to turn their beer-making plants into hand sanitizer plants because of the alcohol content? They could switch over and make hand sanitizer in like that. Huh? Think about that for a minute. Think about that for a minute, because y'all do know, you do realize that car companies in times of war, when it's time to make missiles and bombs and shit, car companies could switch over like that. Y'all know that, right? Because of the technology and stuff of cars, they could switch over, stop making cars. They could build bombs and tanks immediately in times of war. You know that, right? So is this what's happening now with the beer companies and stuff? Budweiser done already started doing it, because why? We're in a crisis. The hospital say they ain't got no hand sanitizer. They need the masks and carrying on. And yeah. So are we at war? Y'all, and I said it the last time, y'all do know during wartime, a sitting president cannot be removed. How ironic is this that we're in a presidential election? I told y'all the last time we was up in arms because they said Russia interfered with the election. Now we got coronavirus. Y'all done shut down shit. You say we can't be nowhere to touch nobody and carrying on? Huh? Huh? Let me go to the comments. Y'all talking. Y'all talking. Let me let the people hear what y'all saying. Cecil, you said I'm on it now, and yes, what the government insurance and things. Rusty, you say Surgeon General says it's going to get worse this week. Yeah, of course it is, because they done brought in the National Guards. I think Florida, New York, and California already got National Guards. And I was just looking online. Somebody just put a picture up in Tennessee. Tennessee got the National Guards lining up, not in tanks, but in the convoy trucks. You know, yeah, Cecil, you say, I was saying that, but also saying this is how the government keeping tabs on how we spend things. This is also why I feel that the $1,000 per adult is full of shit. It is. It is. Because here's the ticket. What's my baby name with the big booty? Trevor Noah. Oh, he got a beautiful booty. Oh, God. Okay, wait a minute. Okay. Okay. Let me stop for a second. That kind of got me that way. But Trevor Noah sat up there and said that they looked at the bill, and the way how it's going is that Those of the upper echelons are going to get the $1,200 checks. Those on the lower bracket are only going to get half of that, $600. How in the hell does that work? How does that work? Because most of the folks that's on the lower end of that are paycheck to paycheck folks. Hell, I'm one of them. I'm not going to qualify because I'm still working. At least at the moment. You know, I'm still working. So that's not going to qualify me. See. But how does that work? Huh? How? And here's something else to consider. Are they going to allow folks to get on food stamps? Now, T.S. Madison, the Queen Supreme Court, she had on her docket about the one girl who she went to the supermarket or whatever, and when they looked at her cash register receipt, I don't know how this became news and how anybody found this out, but on the bottom of her receipt, they found out that this girl still had $12,000 worth of food stamps on her card. Now, of course, they must have been rolling over, but the question is, how many stamps do you get to where you done saved up that much to where you got your balance is still $12,000 almost for the stamps? Very interesting, huh? Now, are they going to allow folks to get on food stamps? Because those who are not working, particularly those in the service industry, the restaurants, hotels, and carrying on that done lost their jobs right now on the shutdown, how is this going to work? Are they going to open up the emergency unemployment compensation pact again? Because right now you can file for unemployment, but after so long, your unemployment, they only give you 26 weeks worth of unemployment. So what does that mean? Huh? Yeah. Okay. Y'all hold on for a second. You on your way? Alrighty then.
I'll be there 5:30.
Yeah. Safe travels. All right, let me know when you get there.
All right.
All right.
Stay safe, world.
Right. That's my nephew, honey, on his way back to Detroit. Okay. You got to get to the airport and things, so it's all gravy. So, yes, child. Let's see, Rusty, you say they'll get a government tax credit and a bailout. Child, let me tell you something. This man here is working on this goddamn bailout so that way. Because remember, in the beginning, it was supposed to be $850 billion. Now, they're working to where they're trying to get a $2 trillion bailout. Now, you know, when Obama did the bailout that stimulated the economy, everybody criticized him. Everybody thought that was the stupidest thing. In fact, Mr. Man, honey, in the current White House administration, child, he still criticizes Obama. As a matter of fact, this man's still sitting up here blaming Obama for shit that, child, you've been in office now for 3 years. Okay, and it's coming out of your mouth that you blaming Obama. See, when Obama was in office and we were defending him, it was us that was still blaming Bush. Now, I'm going to be fair with that. Because, yeah, we were still blaming Bush for a lot of shit. But Obama never blamed Bush at all. We kept saying, well, he was the one who he inherited all this and blah, 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 blah. That was us doing the talking. That never come out of Obama's mouth after his first year of being in office. Because he was able to move and groove and carry on. Even when they were stopping, they tied his hands to everything. Okay? But now this man is still blaming Obama. He still got Hillary's name coming out of his mouth while blaming shit. Man, you won. The fuck is you talking about? Okay? That should be a non-factor right now. But every so often, he want to sit down here and throw those names out there. Right? Mm-hmm. It's crazy. It is crazy. Okay? Okay, Cece, you were talking about being on Medicaid. Okay. Rusty, you say, I'm also waiting for them to evoke martial law. So are we. That's what I'm saying. They already... They doing it, but it's not a mandate yet. Right now, they just setting up shit. Because like I said, down here, we got the voluntary, catch it, the voluntary curfew. See, the voluntary curfew is they want you off the streets between 9 p.m. and 6 a.m. unless you're going to work or whatever, which means there's going to be very few of us. Okay? Very, very few. Now, what does that mean for the Uber drivers and carrying on? Because they got to work to take me to work and carrying on if I can't get on the damn trains and the buses here. So what does that mean? Okay, what does that mean? for the rest of the world, huh? Star, hey baby, you say, tell the crazies to stop buying everything and hoarding all the supplies. I drive trucks, so us people who can't be on quarantine are at risk the most. We can't get our hands on any on any hand sanitizer. Come on now. Because people are buying cases of it. If us truck drivers stop rolling it, it doesn't matter who goes to work. The stores will really stay empty. Now, you know what? Can't fuck with that one. Can't fuck with that one at all, baby. Can't fuck with that one at all. And you know what? Let me give y'all a shout out, because you're right. They keep talking about the healthcare workers, but we forget about y'all because y'all got to transport that. So yeah, let me give a shout out to all of the truck drivers and carrying on out there who got to bring the supplies, who are in jeopardy of your lives. And I'm going to say that because of this. And well, listen to this particular story. Now, this happened today here in Georgia, up in Alpharetta. Alpharetta is one of the suburbs, child. Catch this story. A woman and her daughter was going to the post office, right? Now, they are all masked up. They in hazmat and shit and carrying on. They got rubber gloves on and all that. A 75-year-old man was in the post office, saw them, and got scared. He pulls out a gun, and it gives them the third degree of what the damn virus is about. Did you know what this is? Or did you know blah, blah? And he used his gun as leverage to get the fuck away from them, to go to his truck and to go home. Now, they took his license plate and, called the police and everything, and the police met him in his driveway. Yeah, they took him to jail and carried on. But at 75 years old, I want y'all to hear the story, because at first I thought, wow, that's fucked up. But it's not. Because here you have a man who's scared for his life and wanted to get away, didn't want nobody around him. He didn't want them to touch him. He didn't want them in his space. He used his gun as leverage to get them away from him so he could get to his truck and get the fuck on. That's a 75-year-old man who was in that at-risk category. Now, that's what fear, hysteria, and paranoia is doing. You see that? Fear, paranoia, and hysteria. Now, to my truck drivers out there, if they know y'all sitting up there trying to go with the cases of the tissue and the hand sanitizer and the bleach and carrying on and the hand wipes, the sanitation wipes, who's to say they not going to try to bump y'all off or corrupt y'all and try to pay y'all for the cases? Because some of y'all going to take the money. Some of y'all will take that coin, okay, and do backdoor deals and shit, and then want to say you got robbed. You know what I'm saying? Hysteria. Just the hysteria of it all. See, you say, ever since I got on disability, they cut my stamps from $194 to $97. And when I got my full disability, they cut my stamps to $16. Hot damn. Because when you got your full disability, they said you made too much money. How about that? See there? Now y'all hear that cough? See, when I'm around people, I try to suppress my cough. They ain't got shit to do with nothing. That's allergies, and I'm sitting up here breathing too hard. And I had too much milk. Okay? So, that particular cough, I'll be in someplace else, and folks will sit down there looking at me and want to spray Lysol and sit talking about, ooh, corona. Fuck you, bitch. Ain't no goddamn corona over here. And stop it. It's just silly how we don't use our brain cells. Okay, it is just fucking silly. Rusty, you say, well, amen is everybody else about him. Okay. That's what it wants to claim. Exactly, they always want to claim that. Okay. Rusty, you said, yeah, but the worst part is that as a truck driver, there's nowhere for them to eat. How about that? And for them to go to the bathroom, they shutting down truck stops. They closing down the truck stops? Oh, shit. I didn't know that. You know what? I don't know. See, again, not thinking about Truck drivers, damn, I got a new respect for y'all. I'm sorry. I never thought about the truck. I'm thinking of them as gas stations. I'm not thinking of them as full out. Fuck. Damn. Oh, wow. I forgot all about that. I forgot all about that. Oh, Lord. Okay, Star, you said, but very true. We're getting warnings on our company computers letting us know to be careful because they are robbing our truck drivers. Oh, Lord. Lord. Okay? Lord. Oh. And why? Because we are not allowing ourselves to think and not come out of the hysteria. You know? Oh. When I go into Walmart, it looks like the Hunger Games just took off. That is... Oh. That's a perfect analogy. Because I said Y2K. Remember when everybody thought the world was going to end in 2000? Okay. Yeah, the stores are looking... But you said the Hunger Games. Child, precisely. As a matter of fact... Damn, that's real good. That's real good. That there is real good. You know, that was real good. Rusty, you said, Star, you said truck stops are still open. Oh, okay. So, okay, cool. Okay, so maybe some of them are closing or whatever, depending on the amount. Maybe some of the smaller ones are closing, you know. Rusty says, there's no meat of any kind that are... at our Walmart, no bread, no cereal, no nothing that looked like a war zone. It looked like one. Okay, how about that? Okay, how about it? And yet you say, didn't they say catch it? They want the seniors to go in. A lot of the stores are giving senior citizens their own time to go in to shop, which is cool. I understand that. I get it. Again, this is about being cautious and being concerned. It is to remove the hysteria. Because a lot of times, there are some folks that say, well, some people just don't care. No, it's not that folks don't care. It's just that folks are not sitting up here buying into your goddamn hype. Because the way how y'all hyping this, y'all got so many folks to where they are going to sit down here and be scared of their own goddamn shadow. We can't be scared of our own shadows, folks, and not be and be afraid of everything else. You understand? We've got to have some kind of common sense up in here and then go back to basics. Go back to basics. Star, you say, but they are limited and you can't hang out inside. Big name truck stops are still open so we can shower and get a little bit of what we need. Okay, yeah. See, before there used to be the resting stops or whatever. Now, let me ask this, Star, because, okay, if you can't hang out on the inside, so they letting everybody just go to their trucks and carrying on and whatever you got to do with the truck? Or are they making y'all leave once you get to your truck? Handle your business, do that, and be on your business. Is that what it is? Because how y'all gonna sleep? See, a lot of the truck stops is so that y'all could replenish, have some place to sleep and be safe or whatever so that y'all could be on the road safely. See, wow. See, this is just really fucking my head up because that's a whole nother element that I have not thought about. You know, in this particular crisis, because of where we are. Now, here's what I want to know, too. Because we got the reports that China, after 2 months or whatever, they got a handle on it, right? And things, they seeing that they ain't got no new outbreaks, no new nothing and carrying on, blah, 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 blah. So are we now asking them what the fuck are they doing? And then here's the thing, too. For those who are already infected, what are the treatments that you're giving them now? Because for them to still have an 80% turnaround rate, there's only the percentage of folks dying is still rather low. Now, we don't want to hear about anybody dying, of course, but the percentage is rather low. And most of those, in fact, all of those who have died have been because they had comorbidities. They had other things that have that's in the space. Diabetes, respiratory illness. It's a combination of things that has everybody, compromised. So you add a virus that doesn't have a vaccine, of course it's going to be deadly. But for those who are recovering from it, what are you doing that gets this virus under control? That's what they're not saying to us yet. Because if you don't have a quote-unquote treatment or a vaccine for it, what the hell is it that's keeping these folks from dying? Because they're able to turn around. They're able to come off of the list. You know what I'm saying? Or they're after so many days they're not contagious anymore. So that's just like the fucking flu, right? That you keep saying it's not like, right? So what is it that it does? What is it doing? What is it not doing? Have you went to China to look at what it is that they're doing and not doing over there? They just said it's another country to where they jumped on top of it, honey. They don't have the breakouts that we have over here. So have y'all looked at those particular governments and said, what y'all doing that we ain't? Huh? Oh, Lord, honey. Oh. Okay. Star, they said, okay, handle your business and sleep in your truck. Okay, they still let you park there. Okay. Cecil, you say they have to have sex in their trucks instead of outside of the truck stops. Oops. What they say, if the van is rocking, don't come knocking, honey. Hey. Okay, China got a handle on it because they use strong arm tactics. They will drag you out your house if you test positive. Well, they're trying to do that here. They just said that, listen to what they just said here. This is what our Governor Kemp, just said today in his address to the people. Now, tell me what this sounds like. He said, it is now against the law for anybody to congregate. Okay, if you over 10 or more people, that is against the law. And he done told the citizens, he said, if you see that somebody is not in compliance with what it is we supposed to do, you go tell them about themselves. And then he said, and if you can't do it, call us and we'll do it. What does that sound like to y'all, children? Particularly those of you who are African American. For those of you who have been, and then look at y'all who were illegal. If y'all were bootleggers and shit back in the day. Okay? When the folks sit up there and they had to play I Spy and want to call the police and carry on you for every little thing. Okay? Doesn't that sound like a communistic government? Wasn't that what we were taught about what Russia and them did for those who if you talked about the government and carrying on? Wasn't there apartheid? If you are not part of the system, honey, somebody ratted you out to get brownie points? Ain't that communism? Call us. See, yeah, I'm gonna drop that seat there because every time we fight for somebody else's democracy, we slowly lose a peg of ours. And now you're saying this is crisis time, and you want us to sit down here and believe that you're on our side where all you're doing is creating a new world order. You want everything to go online. Y'all know currency is about to become extinct anyway, right? They've been trying to do away with currency for a minute. That's why everybody got a card. When they put food stamps on the card, everybody could get a plastic card, honey. Nobody even knew what the fuck EBT was when it first came out. Okay? So nobody knew if you had your food stamps or not. You just used your card. Okay? You just used your card. So now, for those of us, I don't know what the hell a Bitcoin is. That shit it mind boggles me because I don't understand it. Okay? But they've been trying to come up with this. They've been talking about the euro dollar for the longest time as far as a currency that is universal. That has the same merit, it weighs the same, it has the same value in everybody's language and everybody's country. Okay? So now what? Okay, if everybody gets on the grid and they can follow you, they can track you, they can this you, they can that you, and this, that, and the other, now your money means what? If all your money is a transaction because we can't go in, we already good on online shopping. So I'm going to tell you something. Come on, I want you to follow me here. Because this just hit me. They already know what the numbers are because they look at us during Black Friday, Brown Thursday, Cyber Monday, and all that shit when we Christmas shopping. So they know how we spend our money online anyway. That there becomes a news story. So if they are clocking you that way, then the migration to have everything online anyway is about to do the thing. Look at this. You got Uber Eats, DoorDash and shit to where you can go online to order food. Don't have to change money nowhere. It's all computerized. And they could deliver it to your damn house. You order from Amazon. Amazon even got a grocery store now. And I don't know if they're part of Whole Foods or not, but Amazon Fresh, you can sit there and do your grocery shopping online, child. And they could deliver it. They would deliver it. Now, what is it? Because I was trying to look for some supplies for the house that was all out of stock. And I think if you spend like $40 or $50 or whatever, then the shipping is free or whatever it is, And I think that you have to have a Prime membership or whatever. But nonetheless, it's real easy to do. So if they're already charting us and seeing how we spend and this, that, and the other, the whole idea of having a universal coin or universal dollar or whatever is right along the way. You see what I'm saying? So it's a no-brainer as to how they could connect the dots for this. You see? Okay. Let me see. Let me go back up here. Charles, came in. Hey, baby. Thanks for watching. Rusty, you say Southern Town as they are cremating the bodies immediately. Really? Jason is watching. Diversified Wheel done came up in here. Oh, wait a minute. I dropped the phone. Okay, hold on. You said sorry. You meant China. Okay. Sorry, China is cremating bodies immediately. Okay. So now here we go. Now let's think about that. If you're burning the body, does burning the body kill the virus or whatever as it goes? What is that? Does that before it gets released in the air or something? Because if the virus is the virus, is it still airborne or does it get killed in the burning process? I don't know. Maybe it does because I think it is cold. No. They said the coronavirus, cold air kills it. They were saying no, I'm sorry. I'm getting them mixed up. The thing that I had on, they were talking about using the hair dryer. And if you had the hair dryer and you blew the hair dryer so that it keeps your nostrils and all of the membranes up in here, they say if you keep that and get that to about 113 degrees Fahrenheit, and it was like you had to do that in steps. You had to do it like in 5-minute intervals, and you had to do it like 2 or 3 times a day, in order to keep this. And the heat is supposedly, it destroys the coronavirus again. But they say it also does that for flu and this, that, and the other. And I put it up on the Facebook wall, and folks were saying that wasn't true. So I don't know, but if the damn virus because it's a virus, it can live up to 3 days on a doorknob and on surfaces and on your clothes and this, that, and the other. So does heat kill it? Because if that's the case, then hell, can't we just put the heat on hell in your house and burn up everything as you clean? Okay, is that true? But is it true? Because we all know that bacteria and stuff grows in heat. That's why, for those of you who work in restaurants and care, that's why they keep the kitchen cold, so that after you wipe everything down, all the surfaces remain cold, so bacteria don't grow. See, bacteria is killed in the cold, but a virus isn't. A virus lives in cold weather and is killed in heat. Ooh, child. Okay. See, so you say ain't nobody got time for that. Ha! Star say preach. Okay, am I preaching for you, baby? Okay, Terry Lee done came up in here. Hey, baby. Star said, yes, Bitcoin. Now, Star, are you familiar and up on this Bitcoin thing? Because, child, I'm so dumbfounded with that shit. It confuses me all day. Okay? And possibly because I'm not interested in it. And I think that's what fuels my confusion, because I'm not interested in it. because it's not a stock or a bond. So if this was stocks talking and everything, I would have a little bit more curiosity to it, because I'm looking to get on the stock market and carrying on and all of that. Once I get a little coin to do something with. When I had a little coin from my taxes a while ago, I didn't do right by it. So I did right, but didn't do right. I helped everybody else, but didn't help me. How about that? Okay. Good morning, Derek. How are you? Ryan came up in here watching. Star, you say the worth of Bitcoin is volatile. The government doesn't like Bitcoin because they can't control it or trace it. You can buy a kidney off the black market with Bitcoin and it is not traced. Ooh. Very interesting. Very, 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 very interesting. Very interesting. Very, very, because see, now that feeds into everything else. Because if everybody is going over to online shopping for those who are into the Bitcoin thing and all this, Bitcoin sounds like it's a better of a barter system. If you got the right amount of Bitcoin, hell, you could get this, and this. See, it's kind of like the barter system was money anyway. It's just that, hell, you had to have the right shit to barter with. So it sounds like the barter system with the value, which is what it is anyway. But, Devon Mitch is up in here. Hey, baby. Okay, Cecil says, right. Terrell, hey, how are you, baby? Thanks for coming up in here. I'm concerned about you, too, because you're in that high risk level with this damn corona shit, too. Okay? So, yeah. Good morning to you, too, Devon. Star says, extreme heat kills everything. Okay, well, extreme heat, right. Okay. Cecil says, seems like we can't win for losing. It does seem like that, doesn't it? Okay. It does seem like that. It does seem like that. Okay. You say, Derek, you say, I'm good. Thanks for asking. I'm good that you are. Thank you, baby. And good morning right back at you, Terrell. So this is where I am with all of this, child. I need for us to come up out of this hysteria. And then here's the thing. I've seen the little memes and carrying on. Y'all sitting up here, y'all wearing this out, okay, as far as, folks who are very sexually active, and y'all say, okay, y'all got all the memes and carrying on out there, but I'm real serious about this sexual thing because I don't know if we're paying attention to that part of it, because I heard today that they're looking at using HIV meds as a possible treatment to see if it works against coronavirus and carrying on, or COVID-19. Okay. Jason, you say, well, North Korea and Russia are very quiet during this global pandemic. What's really going on? How about that? How about that? Okay. Reginald is up in here. Edwin is watching. Hey, Edwin. And Derek said, yes. Okay. So I need for us to really get into that. Let's pay attention to what they're not saying. And then let's do some fact checking. Let's not go on emotion and let's not go on theories. Let's try to connect the dots. See, if we connect the dots will give us a theory to work from. All we got to do is pay attention to what they're saying and then read in between the lines of what they ain't saying. Now, to all my conspiracy theorists out there, for those of y'all, but my Hotep children who think that, they're trying to stick it to, hold up. Okay? Let's not take it to that extreme yet. Let us get intelligent. Okay? Let's do this in a way that's wise. Let us think about what it is that they are really saying to us. If y'all have not seen the clip that I put up on my wall, y'all know I keep telling y'all, go rewatch the movie Demolition Man from 1995 with Sylvester Stallone, Wesley Snipes, and Sandra Bullock. It is a scene that's up on YouTube that says they define what sex was going to be in the future. In that particular movie, I swear by this, Sandra was sitting up there saying, you want to have sex? You want to have sex? And Sylvester was all for it. She went and got the goggles, the virtual goggles. And they sat down there and she was trying to have sex in that way. Okay? When it was too intense for him because it was all up here, Sylvester broke the connection, right? She said, I thought you said you wanted to have sex. He said, is this what this is? She said, wait a minute. What is this? And so in the movie, she goes to explain that the exchange of bodily fluids was the demise of humanity. Okay? So much so to where it was outlawed for physical contact. And he said, what about procreation? She said, well, for procreation, you had to be licensed and you had to go to the powers that be, and they will extract the fluids. Okay. What she said, purify it, and then go on as if it was in vitro fertilization. See, she put that's in the movie, and that was from 1995. Here we are in 2020. Okay, 25 years later. Okay, and yet this whole thing with coronavirus or COVID-19. Okay, and see, every time I hear that COVID-19, what's the other 18? What was COVID 1 through 18? What are those viruses? Because this is COVID-19. Okay, this is COVID-19. Okay, very interesting. Happy Tuesday. This is from Edwin. He said, going to work. Hashtag I can't stay home. Okay, the COVID-19 situation is serious, but don't forget about it's an election year, the 2020 census. You know what? Yes, the COVID-19 is serious. It is very serious. But at the same time, we need to erase the hysteria and the paranoia around it. They holding us prisoner, claiming that these are aggressive tactics to stop the spread of it, and it's not. This here, you're holding us prisoner, and there's a bigger picture to this. There is a bigger picture to this. Okay? There's a bigger picture. And yes, everybody, go online and take the damn census. You could go online. You could do it online. Make sure you get counted. Because this is all about money anyway. Make sure you get counted. So that, and I haven't done it yet, but I think April 1st is when it kicks off, but you can go there now. Look it up, Google it about the 2020 census. They should give you the website. Go and be counted. And here's what you need to understand. Count yourself at the resident that you are in right now. If you have 2 or 3 different houses or whatever, count yourself in the resident that you are in currently, that you live in right now. So that you don't sit down there and get double counted, because see, the double counts and stuff gets thrown out. Count yourself where you are right now. And for those who, well, this is gonna be a task, because we got this social distancing shit going on. See, here's something that's real funny. How you gonna do the census right if you got social distancing going on? Because you got to get to the homeless folks, okay? Because they're not in the shelters; they're up under the bridges and stuff. So how we gonna do that? Okay, make sure you get counted. Make sure that you count, and make sure we get this money right. Because hell, this man talking about this $20 trillion stimulus package, and hell, we got to get the money for the rest of the states to carry on, so we can get our share coming down the line. Because shit, how, child? Okay. So here's another thing to consider. Wait a minute. I just lost it. I had it. Damn. It was hot too, and I just lost it. That's all right. It'll come back to me. But yeah, we want to make sure that we take care of ourselves and we take care of others, and we make sure that we remove ourselves from the hysteria of all of this. Okay? Remove ourselves from the hysteria. I said the last time, now that we are here, in this thing of staying at home. I know for those of y'all who got just for fan pages and only for fan pages and all those little, y'all finna get paid because the kids gonna want to spend some money or watching you shake your ass because you can't go to the strip clubs or whatever. They shut down all the strip clubs and shit. So for those, y'all about to get paid. Okay? Make me want to break out one or something, honey. But I don't know. I need a big boy one, honey. Where are the big boys at? Anyway, that's personal. But nonetheless, does this mean that now that we are on social media, okay, and having to do this and do that, how are businesses now going to look at that? Because see, here it is. Everybody has a past and we are all a part of the human experience, okay? Yes, there's some things out there that we do because we're multifaceted people that we should be held accountable for. Look at how we treat our politicians because they got a past. They've been in whole houses. They've been on drugs. They've been here. They've been there. They've been arrested. They've been and yet when they're running for office or running for something of prestige and importance, we want them to be perfect people. They're not supposed to have a past. They're not supposed to do this and do that. You know what I'm saying? And so how does one supposed to be this great humanitarian without having a past or without being human? You know what I'm saying? That doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense, and I'm having a major problem with it. Hold on, I got some. Edwin, what will physical and sexual contact be like after this? Has the hookup culture slowed down? That's my question. That there is my question, child, because hell, I had somebody sent me an image where it was a gay couple, but hell, they sent up there fucking in hazmat suits, which defeated the purpose. I'm like, child, if you're penetrating, so you're already touching, so why the rest of the hazmat suit? You know, it was, but have we got to that? See, again, I go back to when HIV first hit, and particularly within the LGBT culture, because remember the movie Jeffrey, and it was all about, oh, well, we can cuddle, we can this, we can that, because, you know, it was safe sex. Remember when that was real big, safe sex? Make sure you have safe sex. Well, now they don't want you to touch. They don't want you to touch because now it's all about social distancing. Social distancing. They just showed on the news just a second ago over here, honey, about the children. They wrestled. They had a virtual wrestling session. So to keep their social distancing from one another, they wrestling, but they're not making body contact or whatever. They are going through the motions of having. It was a virtual wrestling match. Okay. Wow. Is this what this results to? Huh? Because you say what? Every 2 to 4 years we have an outbreak of something. The gag is how this pandemic is going on, but behind the scenes they're pushing a bill through to get rid of end-to-end encryption attack on privacy. Examples of apps that use end-to-end encryption are WhatsApp and Kik. WhatsApp is owned by Mark Zuckerberg. Oh, does he? You know what? Interesting. Okay. Well, you know what they're trying to do with that encryption and stuff is that they're trying to follow everybody. You know, to sit down there to follow you. Because listen, I'm gonna tell y'all how many of y'all have experienced this to where you are on Google or in your search engine or even on Facebook and on YouTube. You sit down there and you say you were looking for something. As soon as you type in something, it's almost as if it's reading your mind. And the thing that you're looking for end up being the first name in the search engine. Ain't that creepy? And I'm like, oh, you know, because there's been a couple times, like, how the fuck I was going there? You know, and I know, it's just real creepy and it's very interesting. So, as far as that encryption and carrying on, they sit down there to follow you, to track your IP address and carrying on, to see what you're doing and what you ain't doing and carrying on, and this, that, and the other. And it just becomes a way of Big Brother watching. Who's watching the Watcher? That's LaBelle all day. Y'all go check that song out from back in the day. It's called Who's Watching the Watcher, child. Okay. Russ is up in here. Walton done came up in here. Star said, catch that tea. Okay, catch it, baby. Cecil said, jack off on DM. Okay, now that's what I'm saying. Listen, everybody who don't probably won't. Well, if you don't have one by now, you probably won't because you're scared. But those who got XTube accounts, and you got, like I said, the Jeffa fans and the OnlyFans pages, and you got your personal stuff that you're posting up in all the little groups and things, and on Facebook Messenger, you got little shit that you do and carrying on, or if you go live. See, most of us like to go live because they can't record those lives. Okay. So you go live, you do your little shit and carrying on, and then you get off the thing, and this, that, and the third, blase, yakety, spleen. So what is going to happen, if this stuff becomes public knowledge and carrying on, and folks see you in your glory and carrying on? Are we now going to hold everybody responsible and say that they're immoral or, this, that, and the other? See, we have to look at what seeds we're planting now, because every seed that's planted has a fucking harvest time. Trust truly. Every seed that is planted has a harvest time. Look at all that we're doing right now. Okay? Look at all that what we're doing right now in the name of hysteria. Okay? It is just everything. Nasir has come up in here. Hey, baby. He said, hey, love, how are you and how have you been? Honey, I am all of the above and beyond, and I am 50 and funtabulastic. I'm saying that now. I turned 50 on the 4th, y'all. The 4th of March is my birthday, so I'm in birthday mode for the entire year because this is a landmark age. And because Miss Corona done came up in here and interrupted, I got to make up on the back end, honey, so trust truly. Okay? Interrupted everything, child. Big Boy Pride done got canceled. It done, postponed until October and shit. That was supposed to be going on next month. So we're supposed to be down there in Florida and things of that nature. But hey, this is what we are forced into doing. And I'm saying it like that because they have just sat down there and forced us into it out of fear. Everything does shut down. The government does say, oh, no. And it does shut down everything. Oh, we got all these new cases. These new cases are not just new cases, honey. If the folks didn't know they had it and now they tested positive for it, that means they had it a minute ago at the beginning of all this. But you didn't have the test, remember? That's what we have to look at. Oh, we got to stop this. We got to stop this from honey. If you're already using universal precautions on a regular basis, on a consistent basis, then you have no problems, would you? If you're taking your vitamins and carrying on to build your immune system up on a regular basis, you wouldn't have this problem, would you? We say that all the time about catching colds and stuff, don't we? You know when you done caught a cold when you ain't eating right. Didn't I just tell y'all I'm drinking all this goddamn milk? I know damn well I shouldn't be, but hell, I'm sitting up here having my cookies or dunking my cookies in the milk and having my cereal, right? Okay. So now I got to be extra. I got to take extra vitamin C and extra this and extra that to overcome what I've done to put myself at risk. These are the things that we have to do, children. Okay? All of y'all who are applauding folks for staying home and giving them a pat on the back or whatever, okay, I understand where you're going with it, but for me, there is no applause to this shit because it doesn't make any sense. What is that? Is that a crack? Oh, no, that's somebody's face. I thought that was a crack in my phone. But that's where we are with all this, child. Okay. Wait a minute. Oh, wait. Okay. I had new comments coming in. I didn't see that. Rusty say, amen. That's it. And what you say, live as you should. Happy birthday again, my love. Thank you, baby. Happy belated says Keith. Thank you, baby. Nasir said, I do wonder what the weather would be like in October. Well, you know what? Florida is usually cute. around that time or whatever, you know, a lot of folks end up going down there because it becomes wintertime everywhere else. So they use the queue. See, so you say getting back to that bullshit ass social distancing. We have to have air sex or cam sex. The fuck? Right. Dry humping and carrying on. And then you can't even dry hump because they don't want you to touch. Okay, now see, I keep saying this. I've always washed my hands. Keep sanitizers on me. I've been washing my ass. Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I've been washing my ass. I've been doing these things for the longest. Exactly. Wash your damn ass. I was so mad when they were sitting up there and they showed the picture that the folks in the damn stores, you know, cleared out the stores of all the hand sanitizers and the wipes and shit, but you left the soap on the counter. I went into Kroger's, the bleach, hand wipes, the sanitation wipes, hand sanitizer, all gone. Soap is still there. Even the pump, the hand soap, is still there. And how about this? For all of my men folk, honey, who want to only buy men's products, all the men's stuff was still there. The men's dial and the men's body wash and the men's Irish Spring and shit, all that hadn't even been touched. It's on the counter still. But you need to wash your ass. They say wash your hands, child. Not just hand sanitizer. Wash. Interesting. And when you say for the last 10 years, we have been moving away from actual physical contact and interaction because of technology and social media. Now, some of us are missing physical contact and technology and interaction, and we will have, and all we will have is new technology and social media, #digital life. You know what? I can't even fuck with that. Ed, because you make a damn good point. Because that's the whole oxymoron of social media. Because social media is not all that social. It is all about building up and living in this cyber world and this virtual reality. And I think that's what I want to call it. I'm going to stick there. The virtual reality of it all. Because we have allowed ourselves to be caught up in the funk of it all. We have allowed ourselves to be adulterated here. Okay? Adulterated. Okay? And have allowed ourselves to build in the fantasy world. Why do you think television shows like Catfish exist? Okay? Catfish exists because you got folks who deal with self-esteem issues. They deal with wanting to be loved and don't know how to be loved. They don't know what love is. They don't know how to receive it because they've been abused. They've been mishandled. They have not been real with themselves because they've allowed fantasy to take over and not dealt with the reality of a relationship. They've exchanged sex for love and think that because you've had sex with somebody, it means that this is what this is. So social media has given a lot of people courage. It has given a lot of people, you know, it fortified them. Look at how we looking at pictures and stuff. Everybody trying to get that perfect hit, that perfect selfie, that perfect this, to where so that you can get likes and carrying on and get a presence on social media. But yet in the real world, you don't exist. It's all about how perfect the picture is, which is about creating the fantasy. And part of that comes from how we were raised. Because remember, for those of us who are 70s babies and older, it was all about you don't tell what's going on in this house. When we stepped outside, everything had to be sugar shit sharp. Okay? You had to create the image. I know when my parents were together, when we walked out that damn house, you would have never known that my parents fought like cats and dogs. Okay? You would have never known that their relationship was as volatile as it was. You would have never known it unless you were around it. You understand? So we have been inoculated with that. And then that comes from us. We as African Americans, honey, we have been, that's part of that inbred shit from slavery days. Of not, at least I don't look like how I feel. You know, at least I don't look like what I've been through. You know, and carrying on. And we're not real with it. You know, and we talk about those who've had a hard life. We talk about those, like I'm 50. And I know those who look older than me that are younger, yeah, they get talked about like, damn, you done had a hard life. You know, but they have battle scars, child. Now, my scars, I got battle scars too. You just don't see mine. So does that make me better? No. You know, It just means either I cover up well or whatever. What about those who are schizophrenic and you don't know what that they're on medication until you realize that they're off. Okay. Let me see. Derek, you said all the toilet paper is gone and the hand sanitizer. Now Cecil said, oh damn. Cecil said, how about mouthwash? They ain't used mouthwash in years, but it was empty. Ha! You said that for me. Now, see, it's saying, plus I spray Lysol around me in and out of the house. For real. Because it does kill human coronavirus from if you read the back of the can. Exactly. Edward, you said, what jobs and occupations would be obsolete after this quarantine period is over? That's a damn good question as well, because I'm looking at that from a hotel standpoint. I work on a hotel. And here's where it is. And I want y'all to pay attention to this. Remember back in the day when the fight was for companies to be able to allow people to work from home, particularly women when they were pregnant and out on maternity leave and carrying on. They were trying to do a paternity leave for fathers so that they could be at home with the wives and carrying on, right? What about those who were taking care of elderly parents and things, or those who had hard times and health issues and stuff and couldn't go to work and they couldn't be around in the office? And the whole big thing was making sure that you can work from home, where now you have been forced to do it for those who can. Okay. Does this mean that those options are going to still be left in place? Does this mean that now we can have the choice to where if I don't feel like coming in to work today, because see, let's look at that from a standpoint now. Once the corona is over and we wait for the next pandemic, are we now going to leave that in place to where I'm not feeling well today, but can I work from home? Okay, I have a cold and a cough or whatever, or I'm not feeling well. I'm not 100% today. Can I work from home? Versus taking the time off and using your sick leave. See, is that going to be an option? And then for those jobs that are just done away with, period. I know one at the hotel I work at, the concierge job was done away. They were going to do it anyway, but they phased his job out completely. So he's not coming back at all. You know what I'm saying? So here, that's something that we have to look at, because that's a damn good question. Cecil said, I agree, Edwin. Now, Cecil say, yep. Okay. Now, Cecil, you say, right, I wasn't raised to what goes on inside my house stays in my house. It depends on the situation, though. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now, I'm a 70s baby, so I came up in that era of, what goes on in this house stays in this house. But for me, honey, no. If it was just too severe, no. Because you can't say what goes on in this house stays in this house and then want to preach when you see something, say something. You know what I'm saying? You can't sit up there and tell kids, I need you to tell the truth, but then don't tell what goes on in the house if somebody asks. You know what I'm saying? Remember how we were kids and your mom would tell you don't lie, but then, when she didn't want to talk to the bill man, she'd tell you to tell him I'm not home. But you said don't lie. So it's okay when you tell me to lie. See, mixed messages. Mixed messages. Like we've been getting all this time. We got mixed messages. You can't tell me don't go get tested if I got symptoms, but yet tell me that if I got symptoms, call the doctor before I go to the doctor to see if my symptoms are well enough for me to go. Because y'all saying that, well, if you go and you got, and they almost making it as if it's going to be a crime against you if you go up in there and things that you ain't really sick. Because they like, well, hell, we trying to combat this virus, so fuck what you going through. It's all about corona. But just, it's almost as if they gonna make you the criminal if you go to the damn doctor. And I'm having a problem with that. I'm having a real bad problem with that. Okay? Rusty, you say my hotel did the same thing. Got rid of the concierge. Okay? Okay, who is this? Keith. Keith says, depends on the job. I was working from home since November before the forced work from home move. So the only way I'm coming back in is if is if I'm returning the work computer. Okay. All right. Well, what you say? Okay. Cecil said, "Oh my God, yes." And Cecil said, "You're right though." Edwin, you said, "Before I went to bed, I read Dr. Fauci has disappeared because he was telling too much and he was contradicting Trump on camera. #hello." Let me tell you, listen to me very carefully. That's why I'm telling y'all. Listen to what the fuck Fauci said, honey. He was the one to tell everybody that, listen, with this testing, and I want them to ask this question. I'm going to try to see if I can get it in, because y'all know at 1 o'clock, instead of Strahan, Sarah, and Kiki, they got this whole coronavirus thing that they doing, a thing. And I want to see if I can get a question up in there, because this is what I want to know. I said earlier, Dr. Fauci was the one to tell us that the coronavirus is a composite of virus. He said the flu is a coronavirus. He said also, when they showed us this damn image of what it looks like, that 3D image, and they got all these spores, this, that, and the other, they can tell you the mode of contraction, how it came in, whether it came in through the nose, through the eye, or if it was respiratory, based on looking at how the design of the molecule of the virus is. Okay? So, if they're able to do that, how were they able to do that? That means they looked into the blood, right? And they were able to extract it and look at the blood. So if they're able to tell what the hell the virus looks like, how come a simple blood test does not work to test if you have it or not? With HIV/AIDS, they do a Western blot when they get down into the blood and they could see the virus if it's there. Now, they can't count it. See, then let me tell you, that's the one thing about being undetectable. They can't count how many of the virus, how many cells of the virus is in you, but they can say if the virus is there. That's why for those of you who are undetectable, it doesn't mean that you're cured. If you were to take an HIV test, you would still come up HIV positive. It's just that it is so low, the amount in there, to where it's almost dormant. That's why being undetectable is where you need to be and need to stay as long as you're on your regimen. I said that to say this. I'm gonna hook all this together, because they're talking about the HIV drugs and carrying on they want to use for possible coronavirus, okay? COVID-19. And I'm telling y'all, I want to know what the other 18 are, because I'm almost, for me, it's a no-brainer to say that the other viruses in coronavirus are the other 18 that they ain't mentioned, okay? But like Formula 409, that's the one that worked, but there's 408 more formulas before you got to 409. Okay? Anyway, they want to use HIV drugs for that. Okay? Now, what about PrEP? And I'm going there because I was talking about HIV and making sure that you do the right thing with it and carrying on. But PrEP was supposed to be a prevention medicine, right? But the Truvada that it comes from, if you have a strand of HIV that is resistant to Truvada, then all of your efforts of being on PrEP don't work. Especially if you're not using safer sex practices. So you're supposed to be on PrEP and still use safer sex practices. But what do? We get on the PrEP, we take it, you sit up there and believe that you can't catch it. Now, I can't catch it because I'm on PrEP. So now you think you're supposed to run a meal, run amok, and you fucking raw, and this, that, and the other on a regular contingency, and you fucking everything that moves because you don't let your hole come out. I ain't mad at you for it because I got a hole in me too. So I'm not going to condemn you and this, that, and the other for all that. I'm talking about the practices so that we can understand what we're talking about here. So if you're not doing what you're supposed to do, and see, as long as you're on the PrEP, you're supposed to go every so often to get checked. You got to get your blood work done to make sure that you are still HIV negative. For those of you who are undetectable, you got to make sure that you go get your paperwork done and your blood work done to make sure you are still undetectable, because you may have missed a day and had a holiday with your medicine or whatever and been off your regimen and it's not working properly. All that to say, if you're talking about using these for coronavirus, what is the regimen going to be? See, when we take the flu and carrying on, for those of us who are asthmatic, you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. When you catch the flu or pneumonia and they want to sit down there and give you that goddamn prednisone, y'all know I can't stand that prednisone because it's a steroid. And the number one side effect of it is weight gain. Okay? What do? They give you a regimen to take it. They give you the 7-day prep pack, right? So you take 7 pills one day, 6 pills the next, 5 pills, on down to 1 pill. Okay? That's when they want to sit down there and get it in you. Wait a minute. That is after you've gone through the IV so that it could start right away to get into your system. Okay? They fed you intravenously and this, that, and the other. So that there when you're fighting the flu. Then you have that, and that's to build up all your lungs are carrying on, so to get all that phlegm out the lungs. Then, because of the bacteria, whatever, you either get an antibiotic to go with it and a pain reliever. They give you Tylenol or something, a Motrin. Most of the time it's Motrin. Okay, to sit down there and do all that. So so what is going to happen with this coronavirus stuff? See. And if you're taking if the HIV meds work, then what is the regimen going to be? Because see now, again, when you're combating other illnesses and carrying on, what does that mean? What does that mean? Because if it's going to work for this, will it work for something else? And what are the side effects going to be? Because Truvada, they got the class action lawsuit about Truvada fucking up your liver. So see, we have a number of things that we got to contend with and we got to deal with. But I want to know if you can tell me what the hell this damn virus molecule looks like. And y'all done blew up a 3D image of what it looks like. That means you're able to identify it in blood. So how come a blood test won't work? If we're trying to find out who is positive and who is not so we can stop the spread of it, but y'all say don't go, if you got minor symptoms, don't go. But yet I got to go to work, but you want me to sit. I got to alienate myself, don't be around nobody, don't go to the hospital when I got symptoms, but yet I'm supposed to sit down here and incubate in this. I got to baste in my own juices until I get to the point where I can't walk, I can't talk, or whatever. I'm flustered. I got hot flashes and this, that, and the other. And see, when I catch a cold or the flu or pneumonia, I still got my tonsils. So see, my throat becomes fucking inflamed. Okay, I can't swallow and carry on and this, that, and the other. So what do? So you want me to wait till I get to that point to then come in for you to then think about testing me. But then y'all say, and now here's something to consider too. Because we as men, we don't like to go to the doctor anyway. Huh? Men folk don't like to go to the doctors anyway. As long as I got my job, I can make my paper and make my family, keep my family together, I'm good. That there is male mentality. Huh? Now y'all telling us don't go nowhere. Huh? I got to sit down here and wait for a doctor to tell me what my symptoms are. And then no, because they didn't say you calling a doctor, you calling a fucking nurse. You don't even call a nurse practitioner, which is a doctor without the MD. You're calling a nurse for a nurse to sit down there and tell you what the fuck your symptoms are. And this is to say that they're not qualified, because most of the time, a lot of nurses know what the hell they're doing, because shit, they the ones, most of the time, the nurses are the ones that got to let the doctors know what the patient is going through, and the doctor got to say, okay, this is the treatment. Okay, now that's to be real with that. Okay, I don't want to just discredit our nurses. Okay, let me not discredit the nurses. What I am saying is, on this fucking phone call, you have not examined me, honey. You are sitting down here listening to me tell you over the phone what I'm experiencing. And those of you who are nurses out there, y'all know what the fuck I'm saying. When you're dealing with patients that sit up there and say, oh yeah, I got a little, I don't know. It kind of feel like, ooh, it just hurt. It just hurt. Well, what kind of hurt is it? Well, is it a fork? Does it feel like somebody stabbing you? Or is it prickly fingers? Or does it feel like a sting? So you got to, you got to now break all this shit down to find out exactly what the type of pain is. On a scale from 1 to 10, how 10 being the worst, 1 being the least, how you hurting? Now most folks, now you know, all of us gonna say 7, 8, or 9 because we trying to get the pain reliever. We trying to get relief. We gonna say it is more than what it is for the most part. Okay, so now you can sit down here and decipher what all this is, and you haven't examined me. You have no medical records in front of you to compare what was going on before. Nothing. And all this is over a telephone call. And then a decision is made. How come a blood test won't work? And once they give me that, I don't know if I'm going to believe the answer, but I want to know, why is it the blood tests are not working? Now, look at this. Look at this. Look at this, children. Hold on. The stores ain't got shit in there. They tell you don't go shopping, right? They say don't go shopping unless you have to. Why they sitting up here on the goddamn TV talking about something? Kroger, Sprouts, Walmart and shit are hiring. See that double talk shit? That double talk shit. If I'm not supposed to go grocery shopping, that means if they get hired, what they getting hired for? I know they got to stock the shelves. Okay. But if you're telling me to keep my ass at home, I'm not going shopping unless I have to. Ain't that crazy? Ooh, child. Okay. Hold on. Y'all talking to me. I'm gonna let y'all talk. Caprice, hey baby, thanks for coming in. Nasia, you say I got a little hoe in me too, which is why which is why not with anyone else just yet. I'm still having fun, but I've slowed down a lot from sex partners. I only just want 1 or 2 main dudes who will fuck me regularly. Okay. I'm good. Oh, you know what? I'll eat. We'll talk. Yeah, you have. Keith says, speak on it. Cecil, you say that's crazy to me. Keith say, patients don't always explain everything that goes on. No, out of embarrassment, out of not knowing how to say it and carrying on, out of being private, out of not liking you. Because of, especially, I know men have problems talking to women doctors or women nurses unless they're trying to hit on them. And I know women, it's the same way with women. If they're uncomfortable with the man and you got to examine me and carrying on, that there is unnecessary pressure. Okay? Now, if you're a straight man and got a gay doctor or a gay nurse, okay, come on now. What you gonna do? What you gonna say? Because you don't really want them touching you. Okay, especially if the dude like me don't have a damn poker face, because I know somebody and that's why I'm not a nurse, because I was a homekeeper before, and though I was professional, so this man's dick got hard in my hand when I'm sitting up there washing him down and carrying on. I was like, I can't deal with this, and he had a big old dick too. No. Okay, now I was because I had to wash him down and carrying on. His home attendant didn't come and they left him sitting there. It was just, and I was just so mad at the home attendant because the man had defecated and carrying on and he was sitting in there for like 3 days. So it was stuck to him and stuff. And you got to clean him up and things. And so my heart was going out to him. You know what I'm saying? I was like, who would do somebody like this? Oh, I'm welling up. Oh, wait a minute. Wow, that was 35 years ago, child, when I did that. And just the thought of that it hurt my feelings. I was hurting and I was embarrassed for him. You know what I'm saying? Because he couldn't care for himself. He couldn't care for himself. And then, oh God, just to be in that situation. And so to clean him up, I was trying to get the man clean. So for him to have an erection in my hand, I wasn't thinking nothing sexual about it because I'm sure it was because he hadn't been touched. You know what I'm saying? So there was that. But my point that I'm making is that, hell, there are times when the children are trying to hit on you and they double talk and double entendres and shit to make some folks to get uncomfortable, some folks to play the game. You know what I'm saying? And it's just an awkward situation. So, Keith, yeah, patients ain't going to say shit all the time. And you talking about on the phone and I don't know you? Yeah, bad. Okay. Edwin, you say, I believe there are social engineering in place. Certain parts of the population are vulnerable to this virus. The homeless, the elderly, people with compromised immune systems, etc. It's the Hunger Games, baby. Ha ha! Hashtag Darwin, hashtag survival to the fittest. Listen to me. Y'all saw that movie. Okay. I'm gonna say this, and I know I'm speaking truth because it is truth. Whenever a movie whenever a movie is done, before it comes out, it has to get rated. The rating is done by the FCC and those who does all that. Okay, that's government. So if it's something in there that they don't want you to know, that movie will not be released. You understand? It will not get out. Anything that is out is because it has its stamp of approval to say it is okay for the people to know. Now, they would get away with saying this is literary license. They would get away with saying, oh, this is just make-believe and it's fiction. But when you look at stuff, you have to realize, child, they're telling you this for a reason. My Bible of movies is in Enemy of the State. You want to know how the fuck this government works? Watch Enemy of the State with Will Smith and Gene Hackman. Okay? I want y'all to watch that. I want you, again, go back to Demolition Man, 1995 rather. Go back to Demolition Man. Everybody telling y'all to go watch Contagion, okay? About the outbreak of this, that, and the other. I want y'all to go back and look at Outbreak from 1993. Okay? Go look at Outbreak. Go look at that. Now, Outbreak is more so, for me, it was more so about because that was around about the time when HIV/AIDS had become real big. Because that was in the early 90s. And remember, when HIV first hit, they tried to tell us that it come from the green monkey in Africa, that some man went over there fucking the monkey and come back, and then, now he went all over everywhere. Okay? But in the Outbreak movie, the monkey was from Africa. But it wasn't a sexual thing. The monkey ended up scratching the doctor or whatever, and he was infected with something, and then the doctor got infected from the scratch. And then it became a whole big to-do. Okay? So for me, that movie was telling about, at that time we were dealing with HIV/AIDS. Contagion, is dealing with, I want to say, Ebola and all this other stuff that has no this and other, but it could be referenced for today. And then, like I said, go look at Demolition Man. I'm telling y'all, go rewatch that movie. Because it's some things that, watch how they did, it wasn't called social distancing, but they didn't touch. They would give each other a high five, and they would do this and come closer and rub in the air. Because they couldn't, they couldn't touch. It was illegal. It was against the law for human contact. And for those that did, they had on gloves. Yeah. Okay. Demolition Man, 1995. Come on now. 25 years ago. Yeah, sugar. Deborah is in. Hey, sugar. Naysay said, Will Smith. I love that movie. It's truth, though. I will have, it will have you thinking real hard about the government. Child, listen. Listen to me very carefully. And I say this with every fiber of my being. I just told this to a friend of mine just earlier before coming on the live. There is no such thing to me that you can't tell me that you can't find nobody. You want to know what your greatest tether is? It's these damn cell phones. Everything about your cell phone, honey. How can you sit up there and put your address in your damn Google Maps and the damn thing can pinpoint and tell you where you are and then tell you how to get to where you're going based upon where you are? Because it's the signal in your phone. If you have never cut off your maps, okay, did you know folks know how to find you? Okay. Folks know how to find you. Okay. And here's the other thing. If I could sit down from my home computer, my laptop, my phone even, type in your address on a Google search and the map could come up and it'll let me see your goddamn house. It'll take me right to your house to see what your house look like, and it'll give me something that happened, because I know I've done that on a couple of occasions where I've seen that at the time that somebody left my house, and you could go to that time and watch the car pull out the driveway and shit. If I could do that from home, what do you think the government can do? And up under those who have to have security clearance, and it's top secret. What do you think? Why do you see? Remember when we had landlines and you used to hear all that clicking and shit on your line because they were in your line, honey. They were sitting up there on your phones, listening to your conversations. They were listening. Okay, all the clicks and shit. Remember the party lines? For those of us who remember supposedly the lines got crossed or whatever. We used to call it a party line back in the day. Yeah. Okay. See, so you say which HIV/AIDS first notice is in the late 60s, but it couldn't figure out why. Which I forgot that name before it was named AIDS. It was called GRID. It was gay-related disease. Then it became HTLV3. Then it became HIV. And I don't know if many of y'all remember, I want y'all to go look at the movie with John Travolta. He played the boy in the bubble. And I want y'all to go look at that movie because, see, here's something that I believe is still being done. Y'all want to talk about, is it not Lackawanna Blues? What's the movie that Oprah played in with the woman, what they used her stem cells? What's her name? Oh, shit. What's her name, y'all? What's her name? It's Lax, ain't it? Cause Lackawanna Blues is another movie, but Henrietta Lax or something. That movie where they took her stem cells and carried on, and now a lot of shit is still being processed off of her stem cells. Okay? The Boy in the Bubble was about the boy who was born and didn't have an immune system, and he had to live in a bubble. Okay? He had to live. He had to be self-quarantined. Now he go, come on now. Ishakabatata. Come on now. He had to live in a bubble because he had to be quarantined because he could catch anything because his body couldn't fight it off. And when he died, his family donated his body to science for research because they wanted to find out how was a child born with no immune system. Yeah. Most of y'all ain't gonna remember that. Then all of a sudden we got this shit that can't cure this and can't cure that. Okay? The topic of this, I call this Agent Orange 2.0. It's a double entendre because I know some of y'all are calling the current administration Agent Orange. But when I talked at the beginning of this thing about Georgia and this damn shit that they finna put in the air as a test for data, see, what the hell is that gonna do? And y'all tell us not to go to the doctors, not to go when you feeling symptoms and they're not strong enough yet. You got to call before you go. So is this the setup for the okie doke? Huh? Is this the setup for the okie doke? Shit. We're being watched just as sure as we're talking right now, says Cecil. You're damn right. Cecil, you're party line for fun. Okay. Thank you, honey. I remember that movie. Okay, you do remember the movie. Okay. The Boy in the Bubble. Mm-hmm. So y'all go check those things out, honey. I done sit up here. Baby, we've been up on here, and I didn't think I was going to be here this long. But I need y'all to use the senses that God has given you. Go do your own research. Start cross-referencing the facts, child. Fact check. Fact check. Ask questions. Because the answers are somewhere out there. Or we need to put pressure on somebody to give us the answers. Because they know something. Trust me, they know something. It's just that they're very, very selective in what they're trying to tell us. And if they get back on this damn thing one more time, giving this man all these kind of praises, and instead of giving us the information, it becomes a political campaign. Oh, well, thank you, Mr. President, for such wonderful leadership. We need to make sure that we stay on and utilize and exercise the president's 15-day plan. The president put this together with all of us, and we want to make sure that as a wonderful leader that bitch, fuck you and all that shit. This ain't time for you to campaign. Oh, I'm a wartime president. This ain't time for you to campaign. This ain't the time. This ain't the time. So having said all that, my darlings, wait a minute. I got one more. Hold on. And when you say we have cameras that can see a tick on a dog's ass, but we can't find cures for diseases and illnesses, Big Brother and the government will always put profit over people, control over conscience. Fuck, okay. What'd you say? Spray Lysol instead. Ha ha! Okay. And when you said, don't you forget about the movie They Live. And don't forget about the movie The Purge either. How about that? Okay? Because The Purge 1 and 2 came out, and that there showed you what they were sitting up there going to do with folks who were not of whatever. That's what this whole thing is. If they ain't doing what they supposed to do, you let us know. Really? Okay. Marco is back up here, and Cecil, you said, well, this was interesting, Meachers, and we needed this. Thank you, baby. And when you said we are being sheep that being led to slaughter, don't trust the orange shepherd. Okay, don't trust the orange shepherd, honey. Ooh. Okay. Lord have mercy. Well, I can't follow that one, honey. I can't follow that one. Hey, Jovina, thanks for coming in. I can't follow that one, honey. I just want y'all to what you see. So exactly, and they said, but if they spray Lysol to clean everything, we know Lysol instead of that Agent Orange shit. Okay. Here is the thing, honey. The Lysol spray can is cute. I need that brown bottle. Remember the little brown bottle Lysol with the original scent that was a little hard to take? I need that because, see, that's what I grew up on. My great-grandmother, my grandmother, all my great-aunts and carrying on, honey, Aunt Willa Mae especially. She used to carry brown Lysol in her purse. But she knew she used to carry brown bottle Lysol in her purse. What she said, well, honey, you need to disinfect. That was her thing, honey. Disinfect. And that's what it was. We need that brown bottle Lysol, child. We need that brown bottle Lysol. Fabuloso was cute and all that. But y'all need to sit down here and make sure you getting it together. If we're going to do this thing, then let's do it the right way. And all we got to do is go back to basics with what we learned from our grandparents and carrying on, child. Go back to basics. Basic 101, honey. You have to wash your hands in hot water, child. You put a little cup of bleach in your dishwater. Okay? 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 Little cup of bleach. Little capful in the dishwater. Okay? So and then you have to also remember to change the fucking dishwater. Y'all know y'all can't wash no dish in dirty damn water. You did your glasses of silverware first. Because everybody got a drinking carrying on. They want to eat glasses of silverware first. After that, then if the water was a little dingy or dirty, you change the water to do your pots and pans. Okay? What you say? Bleach and ammonia, damn it, says Edwin. Okay, I'll take that too. But you couldn't mix the two. Remember that? You couldn't mix that shit. That'd kill you. Maybe that's what they need, a mix of bleach and ammonia mix, honey. And a gas mask so you don't inhale the fumes. Okay? Let's go back to basics. Those of you who are OCD and are clean fanatics and carrying on, honey, hit me up because I need you. Okay? I'll be damn near drowning in bleach for my dishes, baby. I don't give a fuck. For real, says Nasir. See, Dea, hey, my darling, what's going on? Okay. So let's get back to basics, baby. Get back to basics. Back to basics. Okay? That's all it requires. And I'm asking you to please think. Do not let the hysteria and the paranoia take you out of your mind. Please think. Be concerned. Be cautious. Do what you need to do to protect yourselves. But do not buy into the fucking hysteria. That's my message. Do not buy into the hysteria of it all. See, so you say, well, the call is industrial strength Lysol. Plus, I use the liquid Lysol in the brown bottle as the constant clean, as this constant clean in the air house. Okay, clean the air in the house. Okay. All right. What you say? They call the industrial strength. There we go. You know what it is, baby. You know what it is. So that there is that, y'all. I'm going to sit down. Let me let you guys go ahead on. It is now what? Oh, child, well, no, the sun ain't coming up yet, but it's what? 6:38 in the morning. Right now, as I'm doing this live, for those of y'all catching this in the replay, honey, yes, okay, this is a little bit that way. But I need for us to let's take those points that I thought about, share this with folks so that we can get a discussion going on. Because I'm serious. I don't believe that folks are thinking about some of the other stuff. It's one thing to sit down here and give us the holiness out of it. Yes. God has set us down to get us back into a place where we can commune and this, that, and the other. You got time to catch up on your reading. You got time to catch up on, spending time with your children and all of that kind of stuff. But the oxymoron in it is this. If you're socially distancing yourself from everybody, the way that they say do, then how are you able to do that in your house? Huh? See, that's that double-sided talking out the mouth shit is. So we have to, yeah, okay. Now, since say, hell, it's already hard to get laid. Bitches on Grindr and Jack tripping since this bullshit. Now they're trying to suspect everybody got it. Now, you know what? If they did that with HIV, because that's my rule. Everybody got it until proven otherwise. And that's to protect myself. You know what I'm saying? So, and then making the allowances that I make, because I know what I am going to do, what I ain't going to do. You understand? So, understanding all that, again, it's common sense. Do what you going to do, what you know going to do, and what you ain't going to do. Point blank, exclamation point. You know it. Regardless of what this government say or whatever, because they mad that the kids are going to the beach and shit. Y'all mad, and now y'all done implemented this shut down everything system. Oh, well, y'all not taking this seriously. No, it's not. We ain't taking it seriously. I don't want to be held hostage to this bullshit. Now, if I know I'm good, but yet you telling me I can't go get tested, what the hell is this? Okay? Now, that's just speaking practically. Now, I'm speaking practically. I'm not saying go against the damn, the do-why didn't carry on, because they got this shit in place for a reason, okay? They think that this is the best way to stop it, but they're telling you not to have contact with anybody. No contact. Really. That is virtually impossible. Okay? But they want this to be a virtual world anyway, right? So yeah, Edward, you say what? My grandmother put bleach and joy in my bath water. Hashtag old school. How about that? Because that was your bubble bath. Huh? Lemon joy. Okay. Now see, say, hell, I'm gonna try to get laid and have some fun and catch a couple of nuts. Shit. Okay. How about that? I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad. I ain't mad. I ain't mad. I ain't mad. Okay. I ain't mad. Okay, then people trying to live everyday lives, so I get it on both sides, says Nasir. I do too. Nasir, you say what? That's a little hard to do nowadays. Exactly. So now, sweeties, let's get ourselves together. For those of you who are manufacturers or know folks who are in the manufacturing business, get your asses to work. Y'all know that the hospitals need the masks and carrying on. They need the rubber gloves and all of that kind of shit because they go through that. They can't use the same shit because it's not sanitary. See, again, that's common sense. That there is common sense. They can't sit up there and take that same mask that they use for somebody else and then go over here. They can't do it. So get your ass to work and make the damn masks and shit that they need. Y'all sitting up there, they done sitting up talking about it's going to be a crime. If they feel that you're hoarding shit, they making that a crime. But they only said that about those masks and things. They ain't said that about the tissue and shit. Okay? So get to work and get what got to be done. Those of y'all who work at tissue, the toilet tissue industries and there, make the damn paper towel and the tissue paper so the folks can get some damn tissue for those who didn't get it. Come on now. Y'all the ones that's supposed to be going to work. And y'all got job security. Huh. How about that? Okay. Hell, if you're scared, put your hazmat suit on and go to work. See? That's what you're supposed to use it at, huh? Anyway, I'm just one person with a thought. Now, since they have them hormones be raising, yeah, trust me, I know, honey. Trust you, me. On that note, darlings, I am. What I got here? Oh, yeah, I didn't finish my little drink. That's my protein. Don't get nasty with me, Nasir. Anywho, let me get to getting. I'm going to rest up because I do got to go to the donut factory. I am fortunate to still have mine. But hell, we got to figure out how we get in there because I think Marta's still running or whatever, but I don't know. And I don't know what services or how many Ubers are going to be out because here's the thing. If they out, they may try to price gouge and do that surge shit. And there's a certain I pay anywhere between $10 and $20 to get to work. Okay. I'm not going to sit down here and have you price gouge me to $32 and $35 because there ain't enough cars out there. That's a lie. Okay. So with that being said, I bid you all pulling my hair out and I'm already bald. Let it down, honey. Let it down so you can snatch it. Okay. But I'm going to bid you guys a good morning. Get yourself together. Have a productive day, as productive as possible. And we're going to call that great. Okay? Do what you need to do you the best way that you know how to do you. Ooh. Okay? And do it to you before the dude do it. Okay? Okay, that's what. Well, how Alona used to say, do unto the do before the do it to you. Rusty said, well, I had a guy where I live tell us he's using coffee filters for TP. Because he couldn't find no You know what? Wait a minute. Why don't he just get in the shower? See, that's what I'm talking about. Why don't he just get his ass in the shower, wash his ass? Huh? Why? Why? I understand it. Okay, I understand it. But at the same time, get in there and wash your ass. But I think coffee filters are flushable. So, okay. And that's the other thing. They're talking about, y'all flushing the damn Clorox wipes and shit. Y'all got baby wipes and carrying on that you're flushing. And even the ones that say flushables, they're not breaking down all the way and they're getting stuck in the pipes. Ooh, Lord have mercy. Okay, that's a whole nother conversation, child. Let me get myself together and we're going to call this grace. You understand? So having said all that, my loves, kisses and hugs. If you love me, tell a friend. The allergies. Don't you say corona. This is allergies. If you love me, tell a friend. If you hate me, tell an enemy, child. But do know this. One way, shape, style, form, or fashion, everything that I'm doing, honey, will move forward. Okay? I want y'all to catch my new show. It's the TV version of my radio show, Dishing Tea with Big Meach. Go to Black GDP TV on your Roku box or your smart TV. Wait a minute, let me put the link down here to, is that where I could write right there? No, that's the save. That's the title. I'm doing something wrong. Save. Okay, there we go. I'm going to put this down here so that y'all can go here. blackgdp.live. Is it .live or was it .net? I think it's .live. Do that one, and then go to my website, dishingtea.com. And y'all can go find out more about me and carrying on. Or you can order copies of my book. My books, actually. Well, I'm out of my first one, Awakenings, Epiphanies Along a Spiritual Journey. The second book, Revelations, Affirmations, and Confirmations, I still have some in stock. And you can catch me there. And also, order samples of my oils. Because it's hard to describe what the oils smell like because I create my own scents. So I do have sample packets available, small and large. So you can order samples and then you can make your order afterwards, okay? So go to my website and check all that stuff out. And with that, honey, we will get back in touch again soon. I just wanted to come on and throw a few ideas out there so that we can start to think. Okay, so we can start to think. Rusty, I love you right back, sister. And I want you to take care of you, baby. Hold your head up. I know you are a soldier, baby. You've been on that battlefield for a long motherfucking time. A long motherfucking time. And like I know, sweetie, and this is to everybody here, what we're going through is called the process. And the process ain't never easy. It ain't never motherfucking easy. It is when you got to cry and stew and woo and coo and cry out and ask why me and ask what the hell did I do wrong? Why this got to hit? That's when we go through all of that. But when we come out of it, it's going to show us exactly what we're made of. Because the process is sandpaper for the soul. It's going to scrape all of that ugliness, all of that gunk, all of that mire, all of that shit that has been like plaque all over us. Have y'all who are carpenters, y'all know when y'all trying to paint a wall and there's so much paint on the wall to where you got to you got to scrape all that shit off and with the sandpaper. And you got to scrape it till you get down to the bareness of it and start all over. But when you get down to it, what happens? You see the beauty of the wood and carrying on again, right? You see the essence of it. You see what it is and you see exactly what it's made of. And most of the time, all you need to do is do what? Just put a coat of varnish on it to protect it, right? Because it's beautiful anyway. It was beautiful in its original form. That's what the process is. That's exactly what it does. It takes us back to that place where our original beauty comes out so that we can be stronger than ever. And this here with coronavirus and everything else, this here is the process. And the process is sandpaper for the soul. Let's love one each other. Love on and love each other for real. Don't do that fake shit. If it ain't coming from the heart, don't do it. Okay? Check on the elderly. Check on the babies. And make sure those who are less fortunate than you are understand that you are somebody who means to help. And how you do it doesn't always mean monetarily. It could mean time. It could mean resources. It could mean you cleaning out your closet and giving away all that shit, which is what I need to do. Give away that shit that you ain't using. That's real good. You know what I'm saying? If you got shit in your freezer that you know that been up in there that you ain't gonna cook, give it to somebody, child. Come on. Come on now. Let's do that. Let's do that. Because, see, these are the times that's going to show humanity what we're made of. Because we can overcome all the racism and carrying on in times like this. The sad thing is that folks don't leave it that way. That we get comfortable and then we start to fuck up again. But in the meantime, let's plant these seeds. Plant these seeds so that they can have a harvest time later. You understand? On that note, let me go. I love y'all to pieces, honey. There ain't nothing you could do about it but put them back together. Ha! All right? Talk to you again soon. Ciao, babies. Mwah.